Hello CA Foundation students. I believe by the time you are looking at this video, your CA Foundation all examinations are done. Before I jump into discussion of the question paper, one very good news for you. In this attempt, there were 3 questions. Either the questions were wrong or the option is not there in the questions. And there was one such question in which multiple answers were correct. So according to me, you can expect 3 grace marks in quantitative aptitude examination. Let's hope I guess that. In the question paper that I received, this was the first question and it took me by surprise. Even though the question is asking you to calculate mean and it is probability density function, it's a theoretical distribution question. This is normal distribution connected with integration. So it is a calculus question actually. When you actually look at ICI material, theoretical distribution chapter, the introduction of normal distribution starts with this, that whenever you have to find continuous random variable probability density function, it is given by this formula. And in your theoretical distribution class, they would have taught you how to calculate this. So let's start with the calculation. I will write the solution and you can pause the video. I have applied the formula of definite integration with x limits as 0 and 1 and I have solved this question. Basically, the question has mentioned that function of x is given as 6x of 1 minus x. I have replaced that function of x as 6x of 1 minus x. I have got the final answer as 1 by 2. So, option D is correct for first one. Second question, there are 2 ways to calculate standard deviation. Either you can take all these values as x and you can calculate standard deviation using the formula square root of summation x square divided by n minus summation x by n the whole square. Or this is method number 2. This is change of scale. You can see that 2 into 2 are 4 into 2 are 8. 5 into 2 are 10. So every number is multiplied by 2. So there is change of scale by 2 and your old standard deviation 23.33 will become new standard deviation 46.66. Option A is correct. Third question is about calculation of quartile deviation. They have used the term semi-interquartile range and this is another name for quartile deviation which is given by the formula Q3 minus Q1 divided by 2. Question has given Q3, Q1 values. Your answer becomes option C, 10.5. Fourth question is a question from probability chapter where they have mentioned for what value of x A and B will become mutually exclusive events. Be careful. Mutually exclusive events means P of A intersection B value becomes 0 and P of A union B, which is generally P of A plus P of B minus P of A intersection B will not come because of the value 0. Let's replace P of A union B with half. P of A value with 1 by 3, P of B value with x. You need to calculate value of x in this question. When we solve it, we get the value as option A, 1 by 6. Next question is about calculation of expected value of x and expectation of x is given by the formula summation x into P of x. You have to create another column multiplying x value with P of x column. You can take the calculator, add up all these values. The sum 1.433 is the solution for expected value. Next question is from theoretical distribution chapter. They are asking you to calculate mode. There are 2 ways to calculate mode and this depends on P value. If P and Q are half, then that distribution is known as symmetric distribution, in which case mean and mode are same. Only if P and Q are not equal to half, then you have to apply the formula n plus 1 into P. So in this case, if P is equal to half, then mean and mode will be same. Let's calculate variance standard deviation root 10. Variance is square of standard deviation which will be 10. So variance by mean 10 by 20. Here variance formula is NPQ and mean formula is NP, both gets cancelled out. Q value is 10 by 20, 1 by 2. If Q is half, P is half. That means it is symmetric distribution, in which case your mean and mode both will be same. So even modal value is equal to 20. Next question is about calculation of lambda value. They are asking you to calculate variance which is given as lambda e power minus lambda lambda power x value 1 divided by x factorial is e power minus lambda lambda power x which is 2 divided by 2 factorial. Do cross multiplication. When you do cross multiplication, 2 factorial goes to numerator, e power minus lambda gets cancels out. So lambda square by lambda is 2 by 1. Lambda cancels, so lambda value is equal to 2. That's your answer. Next, which of the following statements is wrong? Remember that correlation coefficient is always between -1 to +1. It cannot be 2.6. Normal curve is bell-shaped, that's correct. R is 0, regression lines are perpendicular, correct. And P of A union B is P of A plus P of B minus P of A intersection B. Next, if AM and GM of two observations are 8 and 2, find the values of two observations. For this question, I tried this question using option hitting method. In none of the options, I am getting geometric mean value as exactly equal to 2 and arithmetic mean value as exactly equal to 8. But in option B, geometric mean is approximately 1.98. By rounding off, I have made it as 2. So we can consider option B is correct. Mean deviation of normal distribution is generally given as 4 by 5 sigma and 4 by y value is equal to 0.8. Next, you are given the following data relating to frequency distribution of 10 observations. So, n value is equal to 10. If you ask me honestly, I was little disappointed with this question. I should have asked you direct question regarding how to calculate correlation. There are 4 methods of correlation. Instead of going to that, I asked of covariance wala formula. Now covariance is given by summation xy minus summation x summation y by n whole divided by n. This is actually discussed in detail at CA final level. For this, the first one I require summation xy, which is not given in the question. Instead, they have given summation x plus y the whole square. Use a plus b the whole square formula, a square plus b square plus 2ab. So I have replaced summation x square 300, summation y square 352, plus 2 summation xy is something that we have to calculate. After solving, you get 720. 2 summation xy is 720. So, summation xy 360. Apply that in the formula. Solve this. Summation x 50, summation y 60. After solving, the final step comes down to 6. 6 is correct. Next question is about calculation of probability. Now this is a question from Poisson distribution. They have mentioned the word defective and p value is equal to 3%. Number of cups is equal to 100. So we can calculate lambda value as n into p, which is equal to 100 into 3%. Your answer will become 3. I have applied that in probability formula. Find the probability that there is exactly one defective. X value is equal to 1, e power minus lambda, lambda power x 1 divided by 1 factorial. When you solve this, you are going to get the answer as 0.1493, which is not there in the option. Approximately, this is equal to 0.15. Next question is from sampling theorem. The population consists of 7 members, this is n. Number of possible samples of size 3, this is r. With the replacement, the formula is n power r, 7 power 3, which is equal to 343. Option A is correct. Next question, probability question. They have mentioned A and B are mutually exclusive, which means P of A intersection B value is equal to 0. A union B is dash. Probability of A union B is given as P of A plus P of B minus P of A intersection B. Now this value is 0. P of A value is 1 by 5. What is P of B? This we don't know. We know P of B dash. B dash is 1 minus probability of B. 1 minus 3 by 5. 2 by 5 is probability of B. So your answer becomes 1 by 5 plus 2 by 5. 3 by 5, option A. Next. This question is from regression analysis. They are asking you to calculate regression equation of y on x. Y minus y bar is b yx of x minus x bar. Y bar value is given in the question as 3. X bar value is given in the question as 5. This is taken. I don't need this. Y on x means I have to use this regression coefficient. And when I solve, minus 3 gets cancelled out. Y value is equal to 0.66. Option D is correct. Next, which of the following is used to calculate average of base and current year? This is Marshall-Edgeworth. I rechecked this answer logically. Even both C and D are correct. But when I went to ICI material and rechecked it, they have clearly printed that Marshall-Edgeworth uses average of base year and current year. Next, what is coefficient of non-determination? Coefficient of determination is r square. Coefficient of non-determination is 1 minus r square. So 1 minus 0.8 square, you get the value as 0.36. Next, Correlation coefficient between x and y. This is bxy. Correlation coefficient means you need to calculate R value. R value is given in the question as 0.2. Variance of x and variance of y, they have interlinked. Variance is sigma x square, variance of y is sigma y square. In order to take standard deviation, take square root on both the sides. When I apply square root and when I apply square root, square and square root gets cancelled. So sigma x is equal to square root of 5, square and square root gets cancelled out, sigma y. I have replaced the value. If you want regression coefficient of x on y, it is bxy. This is given by the formula R into sigma x by sigma y. Sigma x, replace this. Sigma y is written as it is. Cancel numerator denominator. What do you mean by 0.2? 0.2 is 2 by 10 or 1 by 5. So I have replaced that value as 1 by 5 into root 5. You should all know 1 by 5 can be written as 1 by root 5 into root 5. Root square gets cancelled. 1 by 5 is left. So 1 root 5, another root 5 gets cancelled out. Final answer bxy is 1 by root 5. Option C is correct. Next question, compute coefficient of rank correlation. This is given as rho 1 minus 6 summation d square, directly given 5, divided by n cube minus n is given in the question 10. Solve it, you get 0.9696. You need to take the approximate value. 0.969 becomes 0.97, which is equal to option A. Next, when the cost of beverages increased by 40%, the person said that the race had increased his cost by 8%. So you have to calculate before the change in price, the percentage of his cost of living due to beverage buying is dash. This becomes 8% divided by 40%, and your answer will be 20%, which is option A. Next, when price of all the goods change in the same ratio, Laspere and Paschy's index number both are equal. Next question is from index numbers chapter, in which they are asking you to calculate summation P naught Q1, and they have given you Paschy formula. Paschy's is given by this formula, summation P1 Q1 by summation P naught Q1 into 100. Now I know this numerator value as 300. Denominator is what I have to find. This is equal to 200. Just cross multiply these two. 300 divided by 200 into 100. You get the answer as 150. Option A is correct. Next, they're asking you to calculate Fisher's index number. Simple. It is square root of Laspere into Paschy. Square root of 125 into 500. You get the value as 250. Option A. Next, they have given you x value and y value. You can take the calculator and calculate these values on the calculator itself, and they are asking you to square both of them and add. Simple. Take the calculator, calculate square root of 2 plus 1 by root 2, square root of 2 minus 1 by root 2, square these two numbers, add them, you get the value as 5. There is also another method. If you are following equations chapter, then you can substitute this using the formula a plus b whole square minus 2ab. So x plus y, this plus this whole square minus 2 into this. You can rationalize them. Even then you get the answer as 5. Next, suppose the father had a sum of 3600 and he decides to divide this between Anil, Sunil and Nirmal in the ratio of 3 times, 6 times and 8 times. 3 times of Anil, 6 times of Sunil, 8 times of Nirmal, all of them are equal. So I can write that as 3 times of Anil, 6 times of Sunil and 8 times of Nirmal as 8z. So whenever x, y, z are equal, remember you can solve this as for Anil, ignore 3x, 8 6 are 48. For Sunil, ignore middle term, which is 6y, you get 3 into 8, which is equal to 24. And for the last person, you ignore the last term, 3 8 6 are 18. Take the ratios, divide this by 6, you get the value 8:4:3. So Anil's share will be this 8 times. So it is 8 by 15. Do the total, you get 15. 8 by 15 of 3600. Your answer becomes 1920, which is option B. And this is method 1. Method number 2, just like how we solved in the class, you can take 3 times of Anil, 6 times of Sunil and 8 times of Nirmal. All of them are equal. In that case, you can take 3x is equal to 6y is equal to 8z is equal to k. And you can replace everything with k. X value will be k by 3, y value will be k by 6 and z value will be k by 8. And then you can solve this question. Even then you get the same answer. It is 1920. Next, The ratio of ages of two sisters is 5x and 7x. 5 is to 7, the younger one is 5, elder one is 7. The elder one compared to younger one is elder by 8 years. That means difference between these two. 7x minus 5x is equal to 8, x is equal to 4. So elder one is 7x, 7 4s are 28 right now. After 4 years plus 4 it will be 32, and younger one after 4 years 5 4s are 20 plus 4 24. Ratio between these two will be older to younger. Be careful. Older to younger will be 4 is to 3. Next question is from indices topic, where you have negative sign in the power. Please be careful about this. Whenever you have negative sign, this can be written as y divided by x whole to the power of minus 5a, and because again there is negative power, you take the reciprocal, it will become y x divided by y by x will become x by y to the power 5a, x by y power this, x by y power this, both are same. Equate the powers, a square plus 4 is equal to 5a. Solve this quadratic equation, you end up getting the values as plus 4 and plus 1. Option D is correct. Next, this is from inequality chapter, and two questions are asked from inequality. The company produces two types of products. The first machine can be used up to 15 hours. That means it has to be less than or equal to 15 hours. Second can be used at most for 12. That means it has to be less than or equal to 12 hours. The only option in which you can see less than or equal to 15, less than or equal to 12 is option B. So option B is correct. Next. Yeah, even option C is there. Let's put up other information as well now after this. Product A requires 2 hours on first machine and 3 hours on second machine, 3x. Product B requires 3 hours on first machine, this is 1 and 1, this is 2, and 1 hour on second machine, 1x2. So both these conditions are satisfied in option B. Next. If alpha and beta are roots of quadratic equation, I found this question is very lengthy. First, this equation is there. You have to solve, come out with the values of alpha, beta, and then you have to find which equation has the roots like this. So instead of doing in detail, first I took what is alpha and beta value. I got the values, then I have replaced them. Remember, to find the quadratic equations, x square minus sum of the roots into x plus product of the roots is equal to 0. When I replace some value with minus 10 by 3, minus into minus becomes plus. Next step, I have taken the LCM. 0 into 3 is equal to 0. So correct option is option A. Next, the manufacturer produces two products A and B. Profit information is given. Your objective function will be to maximize the profit. Maximize profit on product A, maximize profit on product B, and this solution is option A. Next question you can solve using options only. Take x value as 20, y value as 25. Check the left hand side, you get the value 10 minus 5 is equal to 5. Check right hand side, you will get 25 minus 20, which is equal to 5. Left hand side, right hand side, wherever it is equal, that option is correct. We can cross verify this using another equation. X minus 5 is 20 minus 5, y minus 10 is 25 minus 10. 15 by 15 also I got the value as 1. So option A is correct. Next, this is a question from Mathematics of Finance chapter. Anil deposited certain sum in a bank. Go to the last part. Find the sum deposited. That means we have to calculate P value, and the formula for future value is P of 1 plus I whole power T, where it is semi-annually compounded. That means whatever is the rate of interest divided by 2, you get I value as 10% by 2, 0.1 divided by 2. And n is 1 year, time, number of times he will receive semi-annual 2 times. T is equal to 2, power will become 2. Solve this, you get the value as 12,000. Option C is correct. Next, simplify this. I have just rewritten the formula. Whole square, split this, a square, b cube into square. B cube means b square into b. Again, square of that. That means it will become b to the power of 6. Now, cancel what all you can cancel. A square, b value with 1 b value gets cancelled out, and 15, 3 5s are is cancelled out. Your final answer for this question will become a to the power of 5 b 2 times plus 1 time plus 4 more times. That means b to the power of 7. Option B is correct. This time what about loud about the paper is there are totally 15 questions from time value of money chapter. Here is the next question. Certain amount is invested in a bank. What is the rate of interest? So you have to calculate I or R value. Future value formula is P of 1 plus I. Future value, it has become 8 times. T, number of years, is equal to 5. Apply the formula. You might get stuck over here. So clue is directly given in the question. Apply that clue in place of 8 to the power of 1 by 5. You get I value as 51.57%. Next, in the next question, they are asking you to again calculate rate of interest per annum. Now, compound interest for certain sum for 2 years at 5%. This is I, this is T value is rupees 246. So I applied compound interest formula, solve this question. I got first principal, and that principal is 2400 rupees. Using this, you apply simple interest formula for the same sum P, which is 2400, for double the time, that means 4 years. Compared to this, it is double time 4 years, double rate of interest. So rate of interest, which was earlier 5%, is now becoming 10%, which is 0.1. You get simple interest value 960. Next question, Sam invested 12,000. Remember, this is the first amount that he is investing, and total investment value became 18,700. This is the last amount that you have. Compound annual growth rate, last amount by first amount, 18,000 by 12,000, whole to the power of 1 by n. N value is 10 years minus 1. How do you do power 1 by 10 on calculator? No need to do as of now. Clue is directly given in the question. Use it. 1.0413 minus 1, you get 0.04 or 4.13%. Next question, find out the period. That means they are asking you to calculate N. Mr. A invested 20,000 in the bank, which is P value for 4.5%, I is 0.045. He received 27,500. This is the future value. How do you calculate simple interest? Future value minus principal, it becomes 7,500. Now apply PNR formula. P value 20,000, R value 4.5%, N value is 8.334 years, which is 8.34 years. Next, 45th question. 1,500 is paid every year. That means if this is a loan question, you apply EAI, equated annual installment. That installment that which the person paid is 1,500. So in place of EAI, I have taken it 10 years and the rate of interest is 5%. In the class, I had taught you how to calculate PVAF. If they give 5% on your calculator, 1.05, 5%, divided by equal to button for 10 times because 10 years. After pressing for 10 times, you press on GT button, multiply that with 1,500. Your answer, loan amount, is going to become 11,581. Next, 46th question. In how many ways? This is from Permutation chapter. Certain number of things are together means you always take them as 1 unit. So 5 doctors are 1 unit, 4 professors are 1 unit, 6 auditors are 1 unit, total 3 units can be arranged in 3 factorial ways. You take them as 1 unit when they say that all of them are sitting together, consider it as 1 unit. Now inside the doctors, they can be arranged in 5 factorial. Inside the professors group, they can be rearranged in 4 factorial. And among auditors group, they can be arranged in 6 factorial way. So correct answer is option C. Next, 47th question. The sum of 4th and 8th term of AP. 4th term T4, A plus 3D, and 8th term is T8, which is A plus 70. The sum is equal to 10. So when you add them, 2A plus 10D is equal to 10. Once you get this, sum of first 11 terms is n is equal to n by 2 into 2a plus n minus 1 into d. So S11 is equal to 11 by 2 into 2a plus 10d. Solve this, you get the value as option D, 55. Next, again this is from Mathematics of Finance chapter. Madhu deposits rupees 100 in a bank at the beginning of the year. So, of every year. So, this is annuity question and this is annuity immediate because beginning of the year we are making payment. So, whatever is the formula, in the end you will multiply 1 plus I again. Apply the formula, direct question, you get the answer as 6,300.25. Next, how much amount is required to be invested every year so as to accumulate 15 lakh? So this is a question of sinking fund whenever they ask you to accumulate every year. That means this is an annuity related question. Solve this, apply the formula, you get the value as 26,189.44. Next, Assuming that the discount rate is 12%, how much would you pay to receive 100? This is the amount, regular amount that you want, growing at 8% forever. The minute you see the word forever, it is perpetuity wala formula from time value of money or mathematics of finance chapter. Amount is 100, rate 12% minus 8%, 4% is the difference. Take the calculator, 100 divided by 4%, you get the value as 2500. Option B is correct answer. Next question is still a question. Find ninth term. It is given as a plus 8t, a plus n minus 1 into d. Solve this. D value is second term minus first term, 5 minus 8 minus 3. You get the value as minus 16. You can even do it manually by subtracting 3. Next, sum of these series is 55. I can observe that these are first 10 natural numbers and sum of first 10 natural numbers is n of n plus 1 by 2. So I have to find this n value where my sum becomes 55. Cross multiply. 55 2s are 110. Multiplication of two consecutive numbers from the options is 10. 10 into 11s is 110. So n value is equal to 10. Next. A panel has total of 11 members. This is from the chapter of combination where 5 are male and 6 are female. Number of ways of picking 2 male and 3 female is dash. So you are just picking them, you are not arranging them. It is combination question. From 5, 2 male, from 6, 3 female. You are taking male and female. That's why it is multiplication. And if it was or, you would have done addition. Solve this. 5c2 is 5 into 4 by 2 into 1. 6c3 is 6 into 5 into 4 by 3 into 2 into 1. Your answer becomes 200. Next. Product of three numbers. Whenever we say three numbers are in GP, we generally take them as A by R, A and AR. These three numbers, when you multiply, you can see that R and R gets cancelled out. So A cube is equal to 512. What cube? 8 cube is equal to 512. A value, which is the middle term, the second term value is 8. Next. It is a question from set. Number of proper subsets is given by the formula 2 to the power n minus 1. I can see that there are 5 elements. So 2 to the power 5, 32 minus 1, 31. Next, this is a question in which you should get the grace marks. How many ways 13 balls can be arranged? Whenever we see arranged, it has to be 13p something. But it is np13. But 4 of them are black. Something are red, 5 of them are white. There is no way that I can arrange them because here when I count them 4 plus 6 plus 5, I am getting 15. So we will not get the answer. This is wrong question. Next question is from differentiation integration calculus chapter. You need to find total revenue. Total revenue means integration formula. Integration of marginal revenue. Integration of 5 is 5x. Integration of 4x is 4x square divided by 2. And integration of 3x square is 3x cube divided by 3. So your answer will become 2 1s are 2 2s are 5x minus 2x square plus x cube plus c. Ideally they should have given plus c. They have not printed. It is fine. Next, this is very easy question, limit question. Unless and until denominator is going to become 0, you will just replace whatever question they have given with the number given over here 3. So when I replace x value as 3, I am getting the value 24 by 36, which is 12 2s are 12 3s are 2 by 3. Option B is the answer. Next, this is a question from combination. How many ways interview panel of 3 members can be formed? They are just asking about formation in which there is at least one engineer. There can be 1 engineer, 2 engineer, 3 engineer. 3 different cases will come, or you can take total minus none engineer. You get the answer as 46. Next, this is a question from set. First find A union C. A union C, take both the sets. I am getting total 6 values in that. Cross B, your answer will become A, 2, B, 2, P, 2, A, 3, B, 3, P, 3, etc. So total you will have 12 cases over there. Next, this is a question from differentiation, parametric differentiation basically. Differentiation of x will be A is the constant, take that outside. Differentiation of t square is 2t. A, take that outside. Differentiation of t cube is 3t square minus differentiation of t is equal to 1. Divide these two, your answer is option B, 3t square minus 1 divided by 2t. Next, logical reasoning question. In certain language, you just have to match the following. Wherever there is C, it is 7. So C is 7. Where there is O, it is 2. A is 2. Earthly, there is A, value is 3. And T is there in earth, value is 9. So option A is correct. Next, find the missing term. plus 5 plus 9 plus 13 plus 17. Basically, the difference between the difference is equal to 4. 5 plus 4, 13 plus 4, 17 is what you have to add for 46 is your answer. Next, find integration of 2x plus 5 the whole power 7. Integration of x power n plus 1 by n plus 1. So integration of this will be whole to the power 8 divided by 8. But this is linear expression where 2 is multiplied. So take the 2 in the denominator. Your answer becomes whole divided by 16. Next, this is a question from combination again, in which they are telling that in the committee there has to be at least 2 women. So you have 2 cases, 2 women or 3 women, at least 2. Total there are 3 members. So in 3 members, if you take 2 women, 1 will be man, and your answer is going to become 30. Or you can take all 3 as women out of 5 women given in the question, and your answer 5C3, 5 into 4 by 2 into 1, your answer is 10, total 40. Remember, either that or this, total you have to add things up. Next, find the missing term from logical reasoning. This question I felt was little tricky, where you need to take them as group of 2 terms. And for the first one, in gematria chart, a, B, C value is equal to 3. Now go from last, Z, Y, X. X value is also equal to 3. So first 3, last 3. First fifth term is 5, last fifth term is B. So first and last has to be matched. Similarly, for G, I, K, M, G is 7th term. So from last you check the 7th term, it is T. So T, R, P, N is the answer. Next, this is a question from direction sense test. Raju started walking 10 kilometers towards east. Now, when you draw directions like this, he started from the point I'll take as A. He went 10 kilometers east. From there, he took a right turn for 5 kilometers to reach the school. In what direction is the school from his house? What direction is this? South and east, southeast, which is option C. Next, A started walking from his house and he walked 4 kilometers north side. A point 4 kilometers north, took a right turn, walked for 3 kilometers, again turns right and walks. Now in which direction is he? South direction, option D. Next, this is a question from logical reasoning, which is number series coding decoding. Exact same question is there in ICI material, where you have to find the next term. Easy question. M plus 1, next term is N. Y plus 1, next term is Z. So it is option B, NZ. Next, find the odd man out. You can see that in 3 cases, marriage, wedlock and matrimony, people are coming together, staying together, relationship is getting formed. Whereas in case of divorce, people are getting separated. So divorce is the answer. Next question, Anil started walking 5 kilometers towards north, 5 starting point. Then he took a left turn and went for 3. Again, he took a left turn, went for 5, ending point. Total, how many kilometers he walked? 5 plus 5 plus 3. 13 kilometers, option C. I think it is printing mistake from my end. Next, 5 persons A, B, C, D, E are sitting in a circle facing the center. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 persons. C is sitting to the immediate left of E. Okay, C is on left of E. This is known as left direction. A is sitting between E and D. A is between E and D. Who is sitting between B? Only one place is left out where you can put B. Who is sitting between B and A? Your option is D. Next, a man started walking 10 kilometers towards north. Starting point 10 kilometers. He turns right and walks for 5. Then he turns right again and walks for 10. In which direction is the man from the starting point? If I take this as the starting point, this is the ending point Z. In which direction is he? This direction is known as east direction, option B. Next, in the morning, Anika started walking from a point where her shadow falls in front of her. Be careful, it is morning time. So you can see the shadow of the person on west direction. Sun is in east. Any person who is standing, that person's shadow is on west direction. She walked 2 kilometers. In the morning, she started walking from a point, from this point where the shadow is in front of her. She walked 2 kilometers in the same direction, and then she turned to her left and walked for 2 kilometers. Again, facing south, she took a left turn. Be careful. and she walked for 2 kilometers. In which direction is she facing now? When we do north and east, this is east direction, option B. Next, 8 persons A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H are sitting in 2 rows, 4 persons in each row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. B and C are sitting opposite to each other. Okay, let's consider B and C. C is sitting between B and D. This B is opposite to C and C is between B and D. Something is wrong in the question. This cannot be solved. Again, this is a question which gives you grace marks. Next, blood relation wala question. L is wife of N. L is the wife, female, male person. P is son of N. P is son, male. K is brother of N. K is the brother, male. And K is father of O. Next generation is O. What is the relationship between P and O? Do they belong to same parents? No. In that case, they are cousins. Next, C is sister of B. C is the sister, female person. D is father of A and A is brother. A is the brother, male person. D is father of all three in that case, even male person. D and D are married couple, E, female. How is C related? How is C? C is the child. Related to E, C is the daughter. Next, 5 persons A, B, C, D, E are seated around a round table. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Facing outside the center of the circle. In that case, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Not necessarily in the same order. A sits to the immediate right of E. So suppose this is E, then right side of E is A. C sits third to the left of D. D sits immediate right of A. D sits immediate right of A. C, this is right side. And C sits third to the left of D. So this has to be C. First to the left, second to the left, third to the left. Okay, perfect. That means this has to be B in that case. How many persons sit between C and D? Array, from which direction? If you count from this direction, there is 1 person. If you count from this direction, there are 2 persons. So again, this is one question which is wrong, in which multiple answers are possible, both 1 and 2. Standard error is inversely proportional to square root of sample size. Next, mean of 3 numbers A plus B plus C is equal to 135 divided by 3. A plus B plus C divided by 3. Now do into 3, you get 405. Biggest number among these is 180. Take this to right hand side. 405 minus 180. A plus B value 225. Difference between the two numbers and the A minus B value is 25. Solve this, you get A value 125. Simultaneous linear equation, B value 100. Smallest number is equal to 100. Next, B is daughter of A, blood relation question. B is daughter of A, female. C is brother of B, male. C is only son of D. That means these two are married couple. C and E are married couple. So this is another married couple, female. F is only son of E, next generation son. How is F related to A? When you actually consider it from A, F becomes the grandson because he is the male person. Next, X is mother of Y, mother, female person. Z is son of X, Z is son of X, Z is the son, male person. Next, A is brother of B, B is daughter of Y. Next generation, B, daughter, female, and A is brother of B, A is brother, male person. The question is, who is grandmother of A? A's grandmother is going to be X. Next, 5 friends A, B, C, D, E are sitting in a row facing east direction, north, east, southwest. Everyone is facing east. A is sitting between C and D. A is sitting between C and D. B is second to the left. Left side means towards north direction. Only person who is left out in this arrangement, that will be A, B, C, E. Who is sitting in the south end? That has to be D. Next, 5 persons A, B, C, D, E are sitting in a bench. A is to the immediate right side of B. E is to the immediate left side of C and right side of A. E and he is immediate left side of C. B is to the right side of D. Which person is sitting in the middle? A. Option C. Next, standard error and square root. Next, U is father of W, father, male person. X is son of V. Okay, there is some V. X is son of V, male person. W is sister of X, female. See, that means these two are married couple. because both are son and daughter and they are sisters. Y is brother of you. Y is brother, male person. How is X related? Let's take the highlighted. How is X related to Y? For Y, it is his brother's son. Brother's son is known as nephew. Next, for non-overlapping classes, the class mark, that means a plus b by 2, the class limits 35 plus 44 divided by 2. Your answer is 39.5. Option B. Next, non-probability sampling. We have probability sampling, simple random sampling, stratified, etc. Non-probability is purposive, what you judge. Next, out of 1000 persons, this is the total 1000 persons, 40% are female, correct? And others are male. So 600 are male. In a marriage function, 300 persons enjoyed song. This 300, that means balance 700 did not enjoy the. 30% of the people who did not enjoy songs are female. You have to find the balancing figure. If this total is 700, out of which 210 are female, obviously 490 are male persons who did not enjoy. 490. Next, in tabular representation, remember if this is the table, here is what you have as stub. These represent row. So it is the left part of the table which describes rows. Next, which sampling technique is most appropriate when a person wants to ensure that there are subgroups? Subgroup is also known as strata, and this is stratified sampling. Next question, one equation is given. This is from dispersion, where they are asking mean deviation of y modulus b into mean deviation of x. Mean deviation of x is directly given in the question 4.5. Modulus b, you get it from this equation. Apart from y, move everything to right hand side. So what is there along with x? Minus 4 by 2 is b. I want modulus b, ignore the negative sign. So it becomes 2 into 4.5, 9. Option A. Next, for the distribution, coefficient of variance, sigma by x bar into 100, sigma value 2, x bar value 30, divide them, 6.67%. Option B. Next, ogive can be used to find median, quartile, decile, percentile. Next, algebraic sum of deviation from their arithmetic mean is always 0. That means summation x minus x bar value is always equal to 0. This is the property of arithmetic mean. Next, mean deviation is minimum when it is taken from median. This is minimal property of median. Next, mode of the observation is 13. What do you mean by mode? The highest repeated observation. 13, 13, 13. So even this has to become 13. Otherwise, you can observe that even 8, 8, 8 are repeating for n number of times. So if it has to repeat for more number of times, 2x plus 3 is equal to 13. X value will become 5. Next, best measure of central tendency is arithmetic mean. Next, for the sample, calculate standard error. There are two formulae for standard error. Please be careful. In this question, we have to apply the formula sigma by root n into square root of capital N 1000, small n is 100, divided by capital N minus 1. Your answer becomes 0.995. But that is not there in the option. Approximate value is equal to 1. Next, pie chart. The minute you see pie chart, total is 360 degree. Out of 360 degree, some category represents 25%. So 360 degree into 25%, your corresponding angle will be 90 degree. And the last question, calculate harmonic mean. N divided by summation 1 by x. So you need to take the calculator, start from the denominator. 1 by 2 is equal to 1 by 4 is equal to 1 by 6 is equal to, take the GT button, you get the denominator, divided by 3, divided by equal to, you get the value as 3.27, not there in the options. 3.3 is the answer. So that's it. I'll be coming out with next set of mock test papers whenever I say I releases it. If you liked this video, please like, share and subscribe. In case you have any doubt, please mention that in the comment section below. All the best.